Hello, Coach. Welcome to the Underdog Hoops podcast. You're going to see a great interview here. I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you haven't, go check out Underdog Hoops University, where you can get a 14-day free trial. Helps you kind of get your coaching repertoire in check. And it is a 14-day free trial. I hope you guys go check it out.
Welcome to Underdog Hoops, presented by great coaches in our basketball community. From the Underdog Hoops studio in Rancho Cucamonga, California, here is your host, Sam Farrar.
So, what's your non-negotiables?
As far as my players or just to
Like to your players, yeah.
non-negotiables, talking back. I give my players open opportunity. Like I even ask my players, what do you see? Like, hey coach, I think this may work. Okay, let's try. And if it don't work, it don't. We switch to something else. And then some of the times it works. But I don't like talking back. I don't like kids that down other kids on the team. I hate that with a passion. The kid make a mistake. He know he made a mistake. Why does he need you to constantly remind him? Like you gonna need this kid to win. Whether he rebounds the ball really well, whether he locks down defense, you're gonna need him to win. So I don't do talking back. I don't do players downing other players and the body language. Like kids that come out on the sideline and just slouching. And I'm like, why? Oh, coach, why did you take me out? I'm like, this kid that I just put in was cheering for you for the whole time. He comes in, it's his turn, and now you're upset because you're coming out. I'm like, that's selfish. That's very selfish. So those are my non-negotiables right there.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else I can work through.
Yeah. The selfish thing, I had like a kid last year that he came out and he was just sulking on the bench, and I was like, and I asked my assistant coach, like, hey, he's like sulking on the bench over there, huh? And he's like, yep. Okay, I'm not putting him back in then he repeatedly had started to say things so that his parents could hear on the other side. And I was like, I kind of told the assistant coach, go take him out. Like, go take him outside. Like, I can't deal with that while I'm coaching.
Yeah,
So
because it's a selfish move, and sometimes like you have to ask the kid though. Because sometimes I've seen kids come out and they're just upset at themselves. They make mistakes, so they sit down. They just sitting there. I'm like, yo, you good? He's like, yeah, coach, I should have just did this one. I get that. But if you are upset that, man, they ain't passing me the ball or coach, you should have took what? Yeah, all right. Now you've really gonna sit over there for a long time. And you can tell your mom, you can tell your dad, you can tell whoever it was, and I'm gonna tell them exactly why you didn't go in the game.
Yep. This kid was great offensive kid, but slow, like slow big to get into spots. So it was a liability on defense.
Yeah.
So, and didn't make the lines when we were in practice. So he did a lot of running, a lot of just push-ups because he couldn't make the lines. And I told we had a parent meeting about it too, and it was like, okay, this is what's going on. I have no, like, they wanted to know about playing time. I'm like, well, first he's got to get in shape. First he's got to do this. He's got to have good, he's got to make the runs. He's got to do other things good so I can leave him in. And there's a few games that he did good, but that's just because I left him in because he was doing okay. But once you're starting to like fatigue, which it was like, it would happen earlier than other kids, I would need to get him out. So they don't understand that. I would tell them all the time, like, hey, this is why I'm taking you out, because you look gassed when you're out there already.
Yep.
So it becomes a liability for me to have you out there.
Definitely.
At that point.
Definitely does. And I tell my kids, if I catch you walking, I'm assuming you're tired. Why else are you walking on the court?
Within the four lines, you got to
Within the four
be active.
lines, why are you walking and not running? I got
Mm-hmm.
somebody else that will run. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
coach, why you take me out? Why were you walking? Were you tired? No. Oh, okay. Well, something must be wrong. Were you hurt? Well, no, coach. Well, you were walking. So I assumed it was either one or the other.
Yep,
So
exactly. That's what they don't get is like,
they don't get it. They don't get it until they see it on film.
yep. And then I'll show them sometimes their body language. If they, like we said, their body
Mm-hmm.
language. If I see something on the bench, so like all my guys know, like, hey, we're gonna be cheering everyone on. We're gonna be chanting defense the whole time. Um, and hey, we're gonna be dabbing up our teammates, everything to try to give them that confidence. Even on the road, hey, we're gonna be the loudest one in the gym. Our
Mm-hmm.
bench will be loud. So sometimes I'll task the bench with someone on the bench to do that pretty much all the time. And then we'll have like two or three people that might not be on the court together all the time,
Yeah.
so that they can get everything going
Yeah.
on the bench.
Exactly. And it's fun when everybody's involved like that. When everybody's
Exactly.
on the bench is standing up, cheering and getting loud, that gets the crowd loud. Then the kids on the court, they want to go. It's fun when you like that instead of just sitting over there being quiet. It's no fun, there's no energy. So I don't
Yep.
understand why y'all want to sit over there and be bored. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. Yeah, oh, yeah. All right. So how do you develop leaders and accountability with a within a young group of kids?
I try to hold everybody to the same level of accountability. There's no one person above the team. I mean, I tell them, I was like, the leader of the team can be the person to get the less minutes. It doesn't have to be the best player on the team to be a leader on this team. Who is willing to get in an uncomfortable position of telling the best player on the team, hey man, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You're not hustling. Instead of me just seeing it and then nothing happens. Because whether you believe it or not, if you're the best player on the team, regardless if you're the leader or not, if your attitude and everything sucks and nobody checks you about it, that toxic energy trickles down to the whole team. It trickles down.
Exactly.
If he ain't got to go hard and he still plays, why do I have to? So nah, you feel free if he's messing up, you get on him because believe it or not, if something happens and you mess up, he's gonna do the same thing to you. So don't feel like you
Exactly.
can't say something to him that he would say to you. So then that goes for everybody, all 10, 12, 8. How many guys I got on the roster? Everybody has that opportunity to lead the squad. So if you got everybody holding everybody accountable, you got a team full of leaders.
Exactly. So we're gonna go into parent involvement. So
Mm.
what are your approaches when it comes to setting boundaries with parents?
Um, I'm real big on the 24-hour rule. Real big on that because I'm super passionate when I coach. In my adrenaline, it doesn't, once the horn goes off, my adrenaline is still through the roof. I need to, especially after we done played probably like 2 games and we're done for the day, give me a day to decompress from everything. Whether it's something good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a day. And I also, in every prayer meeting, I don't do sideline coaching. I don't
Mhm.
do that. If you want a sideline coach, you should have got your team. You should have coached your son or your daughter or whoever it is. Allow me to do my job. You entrusted me with them, then trust me in the game. Like trust me. Why my kid ain't playing. He knows why he's not playing the minutes that he's not playing. He knows why. I tell all my kids, like especially with this AAU thing, playing time is earned in practice. It ain't
Mhm.
just because I got the five best players. The five best players may not be the five starters on the court. It just may not be. So yeah, he comes off the bench. Why is he not starting? He's good enough to start. Yeah, he is good enough to start. But what benefits him more? What helps his development more? playing in the starting five where he's overshadowed by the four others and he feels like he doesn't have to do as much, or he comes in and lead the second unit where he can be himself and he's developing. Now I feel like I'm a leader. So when he is put in that leadership position, it's nothing new. Like, man, his
Exactly.
confidence is really, yeah. Yeah. So just let me do what I do. But I really can't stand sideline coach because parents
No.
get out of control.
So I had one, I don't know. It was probably my, well, second probably year. Like even as an assistant coach, I had like a encounter with a parent that like really heated up our head coach, and he would
Mm.
just get so like, this guy's like an idiot. And, like this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Mm.
Um, but he did not handle it in a 24-hour rule, and
Uh,
it it becomes a heated discussion right after the game. If anyone has like a problem or like, hey, I want to talk to you about something, I usually say, hey, no matter what it is, I don't care if it was like it's a little thing. If they talk to me about it before the game, I'd be okay. Like, hey, like uh but if they're talking to me like right after the game, they're saying, hey, why didn't you play Jimmy? Well,
mm.
J- Jimmy didn't show up to practice yesterday, or Jimmy was not working hard in practice, or
Hmm.
he's not doing the stuff that he's supposed to be doing in school. Because that's another part of it too. Is like, hey, you got to hold your kids accountable, especially if you're like a high school or
Yeah.
middle school coach at like
Yep.
a school. You're you're also on the hook for their grades,
Hmm.
and
And
so
school
my
behavior and everything
yep.
like that. Everything
So
like
there
that.
there's a certain accountability to having good like good characteristics. You want to make sure that they're on time to class, they're doing all these things that they're supposed to. Um, a lot of the times, like for the last 2 years, we've been making our kids sit in the front of the classroom. We make them
Yeah,
sit in
that
the front because they hate it.
my high school coaches did that to us. Oh my God, we hated it. We hated everybody, very front row, everybody, every class.
Yeah. Uh,
So
I know they hate it, but it's like, guys, it actually is a really good, like you're gonna be doing better in your classes because you're not gonna be
yeah.
turning around
Yep.
talking to your friend, even though you
Yep.
might, but
Yep.
they they realize it later. Um,
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
do overnight things, we usually take away their phone at night so they can get some good sleep.
Get some sleep. Yep.
So
Yep.
they're confused because it's like, what time is it? What
Yeah.
like they don't know the time, they don't know. So we do that during
Yeah.
the summer. We'll take away their phone for the night. Like we let their parents know, hey, text your parents before you turn in your phone, but like, you know,
Yeah, it's a
uh
lot that goes into getting like it's a lot that goes into that. Back to your playing time thing. Like I tell kids, I'm like things you may get away with just being a regular student. Like you can do something nobody would say anything. But the moment you're a part of a sports team, say you make the and I'm gonna say basketball because basketball you're more visible. Like football, you wear a helmet. Like who's number so and so? Basketball, your face is out there.
oh
So
yeah.
everybody knows exactly who you are. So now you're under a microscope, whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Like you do something, even if you didn't do it, you're the most popular name. So and so and them were doing this. Now it looks like you're doing that. So yeah, and they like, coach, why he ain't see it? A lot of parents don't see what goes on behind the scenes. You know, they only see or hear with the player their child is telling them. They didn't tell you that Lil Johnny had a whole attitude at practice and he had to sit out. He had to run laps because he wasn't running hard. He,
Yep.
they didn't he didn't tell you all of that. You know, I don't know why coach is not playing me. That's the biggest thing that I hear. I don't know why he ain't playing me. So
Exactly. Ask him.
Th-
You,
th- That's it.
that's all. That's all I want to hear. Hey, tell me. Tell me. Ask me why you're not playing. I'll tell you. I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
like
right,
sugarcoat
right,
it.
right in front of your parent. I'll tell you exactly what I told you. Because I don't leave
So
kids, I don't leave cliffhangers. I don't want you leaving the gym wondering what or why. No, I let you know right there on the spot why you're not playing or why I made this change immediately. So you're
exactly.
not second guessing anything.
All right. So how do you communicate roles and expectations to avoid conflict?
Um, my expectations are play hard, play smart, play together. That's it. You never you win games, you lose games. Sometimes the ball doesn't go in the basket. Sometimes you may just have the worst game ever. So you just don't have it sometimes, But so that expectation is always that you always should play hard, no matter what. Um, roles, how I figure out my team's roles is say our first couple practice, I don't go over any offensive stuff. Like I go over a lot of defensive stuff and then I roll the ball out and I just let them play naturally. Because if you watch kids play naturally, you're going to see what they're naturally good at, what they're naturally comfortable doing. Instead of just finding out you plug him in here, oh, he don't fit here. Let me plug him in there. Now you're doing a lot of switching and
Hmm.
moving. Let me see what he naturally does when he's just out here playing with his friends. I'm just now I get
Exactly.
every that kid gets every rebound. Man, that kid right there, he's locking everybody up. Man, he shoots from the corner. Those his shots. The corner now the roles start to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like this kid right here, ooh, he can handle the ball. Oh, he's very unselfish. So now I then after that, probably like the couple, I got to see it at least 2 or 3 times. One time could be a fluke. 2 times, okay, we got something. The third time, this is what he does.
Yep.
So now let me build an offense around that. I'm gonna plug you here, because I tell kids the reason why I put offensive plays in is to put you in space. That's bad. I mean, get you moving and put you in space. And I want you comfortable when you catching the ball. I want you comfortable to do what you do. Do what you do. Don't be a robot. Don't try to be like, oh, I don't want to overshadow. You play your game.
Exactly.
And that goes back to what I said. The best 5 players may not be the 5 starters because they may not fit together. You can't have 5 like I say a lot of teams do that. They put my best 5 players on the court and they wonder, like, man, we're struggling. You struggling with him. Because him are all scores. They all want
Hmm.
the ball. Nobody wants to share. Nobody wants to be the defensive stopper. Nobody wants to take charges. Nobody wants to get down there in the trenches.
Yeah. I can tell you last year, I had like 5 solid guys. Um, but the fifth solid guy that I had did not mesh with the first 4.
Mm,
So I'd say, hey, I'm gonna bring you off the bench. But I think that really helped him because it actually brought a spark off the bench,
that-
and then it allowed
yep,
me to take out other people for breathers that like I could input him and it wouldn't change a whole lot
yep.
like
And
in the previous rotations.
right. And kids also today, they're real big on like exposure. I want to be exposed. You coming in, like you said, you move him to the bench. When you put him in, he's there. Who's this kid he bringing off the bench? Like this kid is, you wouldn't get that shine if you was playing with the other 4.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now they're like, man, this kid right here, yeah, he does well. And now you really get to see his true talent. It's not overshadowed by anybody,
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, so
what I would do is I'd start the sixth or seventh guy that I thought might have been like they mesh better with the group that I have to start. I'd
hmm
probably take them out a little early and put that guy in, uh, and then I'd mesh other people in with him that I thought, hey, there's a good defender. This guy's a pretty good offensive player. Maybe he'll find him some good looks. The guy that I would often take out would be like he's a he did drive the ball into the paint and get a little floater. So to me, he played a little selfish sometimes, but sometimes that's what that group needed for him to do because he
Mm-hmm.
would just attack and be able to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the other personnel that I had, the 4 other people were like, he's hard to play with. Like
Mm-hmm.
he can be very difficult to play with because he does that a lot. And so that's where I'm like, okay, well maybe I can find him opportunities to do that, but with the second unit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I try to do is, hey, like I told him, hey, don't be selfish all the time, but look to your teammates. You're gonna get your opportunities. Just give your teammates some love. Make sure that they touch the ball.
Yeah. I tell my best players, I'm like, let your teammates help you be great. Let them help you. It's easier that way. Instead of you trying to do everything on your own. Basketball is not a
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one sport. You know what I'm saying? If I got teammates, if they know I'm the best player on the court, right, they're gonna look for me
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. If I pass, give it up, come off a couple screens, they are looking for you. So it's easier that way. So let them help you be great. There's nothing wrong with having teammates that help you be great. All the
Exactly.
greats have had teammates that help them be great.
All right. So what advice would you give to a new coach dealing with difficult parent situation?
Patience. Patience. Because I mean you're never gonna please everybody. I don't I don't
Exactly.
I don't care how the kids love you, it's always gonna be a parent that's gonna have an issue. Whether it's with playing time or oh yeah, I don't think my kid likes playing this position. He should be playing this. It's like, and they can really get under your nerves, but you really gotta be patient. You know, and you gotta remember, like, you're the coach. You know,
Exactly.
you're the coach. These are the players. You're playing them as you see fit. I'm not saying coaches are 100% right, but at least allow them to make that mistake. And then, good coach, they fix it. Every coach makes mistakes. Every coach, there's no perfect coach in the world ever. Like my idol, I love because I got a Duke shirt on now. I love Coach K. I love Coach K. Coach K to me is probably the best coach that ever graced the sideline. And they asked him like, how do you do that? He never coached in the NBA. I'm like, he had NBA players respect him as if he did. Those are the biggest egos in the world. And he got them to understand the concept of team. You're not going to win unless you become a team. These are multi-million-dollar athletes. If they can
Yep.
come together and figure out a role and the team wins, then what's the issue? Like, I really hate when parents come to you after a win. It's like, what? Like, we just won a game. What are you talking about? Well, my son should have played. Like, he had his role. Like, sometimes it wasn't his day. Maybe the guy behind him is his day. Let him have his day. His day could be tomorrow. But you gotta have patience when dealing with these parents, though. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's my one takeaway I would tell new coaches.
Or- yeah. That easily one of the one takeaways that I would kind of give to new coaches is be calm. Like you're gonna coach kids, but hold your composure on the sideline. That's an easy way for you to like have some
Hmm.
conflict with parents. Um, some parents like that their coach has a little hot head in him, but some don't. So you gotta pick your spots. Um, especially nowadays, it's like really hard. Um, you don't want to get too close, but you need to build a relationship with them. Um, make sure that you're always having like a backup, someone in the gym. Just make sure like
Hmm.
other people can hear you because they'll go home. Hey, this coach did this or coach did that, and it could create a whole situation.
Right.
Um, and I've seen coaches get fired for that stuff, so it's kind of
Mhm.
crazy. So
Yep.
just
Yep.
don't get involved all that much. Like I'm your coach. That's what I am to you. And after you graduate, whatever. Like, hey, um, we're gonna talk about development now. So you said in your like interview form, you mentioned teaching the right way to play. So um, what does that mean to you, the right way?
It's a team sport. Like I said earlier, I feel like basketball has become a lot of one-on-one, a lot of me, me, me. And while that player is doing something, everybody else just stands around the outside. And this is the NBA. Everybody just stands around the three-point line
Hmm.
and just watch. It seems like everyone runs the same offense. High pick and roll, come off, then you make a decision. Like I think the late Kobe Bryant said it better. He was like, kids today play accidental basketball. And it makes
Yep.
sense. You be like accidental basketball, then you watch it, you be like, damn, that's what he was talking about.
Yep.
Like the best form of basketball, that's why people love Golden State so much.
Hmm.
Because the ball pops, the ball moves. It doesn't stand still a lot with Golden State. When Greg Popovich was winning with Tim Duncan, the ball moved. That's why they beat LeBron and them in that finals. The
Hmm.
ball was moving. When you have five guys on the court that are threats, it's way harder to stop one or two guys that are a threat. We know these two guys right here are
Exactly.
going to shoot the shot. They're going to shoot majority of the shots. But if you got five guys, you don't know who. If you got a guy, he scores 18, he scores 10, he scores 16, he got 9. Everybody is a threat out there. So it's hard to stop five people. So I'm trying to
Perfect.
get kids to understand that you're going to stand out anyway. Like your talent is going to stand out anyway. But if coaches see that you're a team player too, that's a dream. That means I can put you in any system. I can do any type of system and you will fit in. But you have certain players that I only can do ISO ball. You can't put me off the ball because I'm just gonna stand still because I don't know how to play off the ball.
Hmm.
All I know is dribble, dribble, dribble 20, 30 times. I may pass it at the end. I may take a step back. I may do something like that, but the ball is going to come through me. Everything is going to come through me. So when you got teams that run like that, when that player is either subbed out or he gets in foul trouble, that's why you see the team struggle
Hmm.
because the offense is built around that one player and not that player built into the offense. You 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 you
Exactly.
know you know so I just love team ball, man. I just feel like we've gotten away from, and they're saying like, oh, why? That's why the world is catching up. The world isn't catching up. We're just lacking on teaching fundamentals like we used to. They still go the old route. They practice 5, 6 times to play one game a week.
Yep.
AAU now we play 6, 7 games in a week and maybe practice 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. That's why I like high school because you practice a lot more
You
than
practice a lot more. High school is, but I feel like when the kids get to high school, they're so caught up in the A. Because to me, AAU has
exactly.
become bigger than high school basketball now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
You-
gonna get looks. Oh, I'm gonna get looks. Well, you can
That's
get
it.
looks in high school too.
That's it. But they don't see that. They see AAU, man, coaches. We go into these big tournaments. Let me go out here and it's all about me. Let me shine. Let me do whatever. And it becomes a glorified AAU game. There's
Oh
no
yeah.
competition. You see guys running and dunking. He gets here, he gets an open three. The defense is like, this is not basketball. It's like an all-star game, like a charity
Hmm.
game. That's and go back to why I chose middle school. Middle school kids, they play hard. You know what I'm saying? Them kids are playing hard. They don't care if it is an all-star game. Them kids gonna go out there and they just gonna play because the game is still fun to them at that age
Yep.
and not business minded when you get older, like in high school. Like, man, NILs now. You got kids in high school that's damn near millionaires almost from an NIL, which is
Yep.
crazy. So now how you gonna tell me to fit into a system when I make more money than the coach?
Yeah.
Everybody wants me. And now you got universities and high schools, they take side of the big time players. Other than they get rid of the coach before they get rid of the player, which is crazy to me now.
Oh yeah.
This is crazy to me now. Like coaches, you just coach, you don't do anything else. The mentorship, all of that, coaching hard, making sure they grow to be right person. Nah, they don't want to hear none of that. It's like what? It's like
Yeah, they are quick to move on, quick to
wick.
like within a year, if you don't have it together, you're done. And
It's
it's wild to me because I wouldn't want to be in that position. I wouldn't want to be um high or NBA coach because I know I'd get fired within 3 years.
it probably less than that. Depending on how big of a mess the coach in front of you done made.
Yeah,
Because it takes time. Like you have to build culture. Like we just talked about that. You have to building culture doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Like
exactly.
it's you get there. There's no way in the way your kids gonna understand the type of culture you're trying to build within the first couple of weeks. Nah, it's gonna take a little while. It's gonna take a little while. So you just got to be patient. But it's such a big business now. They ain't got time for that.
Yep,
No.
exactly. All right. So what is an overlooked skill or habit you always make time to develop?
Pivoting,
Yep.
pivoting, ripping kids. It's little things. You know what I'm saying? The kids try to avoid because today's kid they're a little bit more athletic, so they can kind of hide. I don't catch and rip because I'm much more athletic. And I get that it may work up until you catch somebody that's the same size, length, speed, strength as you, but he is fundamentally sound. He knows the catch and rip and the catch and jab, triple threat punch. He knows that. He's gonna tear you up with those fundamentals.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I tell him, I was like, get me 5 skill fundamentally kids rather than you giving me these kids that can jump through 360s and all of that. Why do you think Jokic and Luka is considered the best players in the NBA right now? They're not athletic. They're not fast. They're just fun. They're really fundamentally sound.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's just ripping triple threat, old school basketball that they didn't kind of swept under the rug. We don't need the triple threat. We catch, we dribble, 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 dribble. We do everything. It's unnecessary.
It is. It's crazy to me to see people and their footwork. It's terrible. But they're athletic enough where it's like, okay, but when you were younger, how was your footwork? Probably
It,
not very good because you didn't work on it.
exactly. Coaches let you get
So,
away with anything because you were scoring 20 because you were just taller and faster and
yep.
but yeah, that's what I would focus on, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this is gonna be kind of a wrap up. So reflection questions. What's been the most rewarding part of your coaching career so far?
Um Seeing kids that I've coached graduate high school and move on, but still be like, "Hey, coach, man, we had a ball playing for you." Like it was an amazing. Like even though if you're still not playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? Basketball wasn't your thing. Like you just stopped playing basketball here, then you went on to do something else. If I can make that part of your life enjoyable, then I feel like I did my job. If you came to me and left a better person, then I did my job. Because it's when you coaching basketball, it's more than just basketball that you're trying to instill in your kids. Because like you said, you're trying to get them good grades, not to act a fool outside. Those are off the court issues. You know what I'm saying? And that
Oh yeah.
leads to once you become an adult, you got those values.
All right. So what is a coaching mistake that you've learned from over the years?
Um when when and when not to use my timeouts. when I first started, because coming transitioning from a player to a coach, you get so locked into the game, and
Oh yeah,
we you see the game going, is going, and you need it because things are getting hectic. Hey, let me slow this down. Let me get a timeout, or let me set up something. But you just and it'd be like, hey, coach, you got a timeout. I'm like, oh shit, I do got a timeout. So, but yeah, just knowing when to use timeouts and just manage the clock better because
yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot. Like coaches got to keep up with a lot. Everything on the court, the refs, the players, the timeouts, the fouls.
I think my late game situation would be mine, because when they just changed our rules a little bit in California, where I'm from, but they changed it from the the bonus was so it was 7 fouls or like, and then you get
Yeah,
the double
it's,
bonus at
it's
10.
10 now.
So now it's 5, and that's double bonus. So
Oh,
yeah, so now, um, but it resets every quarter.
and this is high school, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
yeah.
now I'm in that kind of scenario where, okay, once we hit 5 fouls, like we're out of fouls for that quarter.
Mm,
Um, so it doesn't reset, or it resets every quarter. And we do 8-minute quarters, 35-second shot clock. Uh, I kind of think that they should lower the shot clock because we never use it all of it anyway, but
hmm
they're always like, oh, one shot, jack it up. But then I could see why they need to do it for girls because they did it. They moved it to 30 for girls, and they moved it to 30 for college boys. So I kind of think, hey, just make it universal
Yeah,
altogether.
should.
They should, but
I feel like on all levels should play 4 quarters too.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't get the two halves thing. I was like, why do you play two halves? So with
yeah,
middle school, I know they changed the foul. There's no more 1-on-1. 1-on-1, you just start at 7.
yep,
So now they're like, nah, 10. You get to 10, you automatically shoot the double bonus. Anything up until the end, you don't shoot anything.
hmm yeah. So in summer, it's like rules for whatever. Like they make the rules in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was at the summer like league for this year, they're like, oh, it's 1 for 2, so you make one foul shot, it's like you made two. I'm like,
Mm.
these are huge guys. Like you guys got to make these.
Oh, that was a
Uh,
big point. Make it even double?
yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's like, hey guys, you have to make these.
Mm-hmm.
It counts for two.
Yep.
So, um, oh, that and we struggled with free throws. So I was like, hey, that was like we missed out on 10 points because we
My,
missed 5 free throws.
my team wasn't that
Um,
good shooting free throws either. It
so
hurts.
it, that's one lost start where I'm like, guys, everyone has to shoot free throws. You have to be like, you have to work on those as much as any other shot
Mm-hmm.
because
Yep.
those when you get to the line, you're gonna have to make them. Now, I think 3 years ago, I had a kid that was like, he shot like 90%.
Mm,
And I was like, I've never had a kid shoot over 70, like consistently.
mm.
And it was
90%.
like,
Yeah, that's knockdown. That's who you want on line doing pressure time right there.
oh yeah. So it was like, and he's a sharpshooter, uh, can shoot it pretty much with anyone. And
Mm.
but I just was like flabbergasted because it was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this guy's making everything. Um, And so like hey, you're my technical foul shooter. You're like I already knew. Um, all right. So if your players look back 10 years from now, what do you hope they would say about playing for you?
10 years from now, I always say this about the coaches that I remember. that they helped me become the man I am today. Those are great words that I love hearing. When a person describes somebody like that, that means they've really touched your life. Like, believe it or not, like I can remember my very first coach, and I'm 41 years old. I can remember my very first coach when I was 6 years old. And believe it or not, kids remember the really good coaches and the really bad coaches. Like the coaches in between, they're like, "Oh, who's the coach? Oh yeah, I remember him." But if you impacted their life positive or negatively, they gonna remember you, and for that as such. So hearing somebody say, "Yeah, coach helped me become who I am today," like I took everything that he taught me, and that those are the best words that I think a coach can hear. That's in my opinion.
Awesome. All right. Hold on.
Hello, Coach. Thank you for watching the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, go check out Underdog Hoops University. Get a 14-day free trial. It's $14.99 after that. As of right now, it may be higher as you're watching it later, but go check it out, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.